All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, HaRachakodash. Double honors been to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this 100% truth. Much peace and blessings be unto you, whole fool. Let the dipish not this word of thought, truth, and sincerity. Tuah, Huak, and say Shalom. I'm the Akira. I'm coming in with a quick hit. I'm going to entitle The Huak Tuah Girl is an example of the Lord's power. All right, that Huak Tuah girl is an example of how the Lord can instantaneously turn over a new leaf, turn the tables and turn the tide, turn influence immediately, man. All right, because, pursuant to a month ago, you had her make a phrase when she was being interviewed one night when she went out. And I'm not going to say the phrase, but that phrase made her rich, man. It made her famous. All right, now she has like 1 million followers on her social media accounts. All right, she gets instantly recognized in public. She even has paparazzi squatting outside her home. All right, she's coming to partnerships with other people, and she quit her job. Now she's making that dough. All right, with these partnerships, she's even coming out with her own merch store, man. All right, so she even inquired about getting a bodyguard. All right, because she has fear of being kidnapped now that she's a spectacle. Now, ultimately, Foley is saying great dignity. All right, Foley is saying great dignity. Hence why it was called the world's able to resonate with her off that one phrase. But, that goes to show you how, that's the Lord's power right there. And you could use that example in us, man, the nation of Israel, how the Lord immediately, turn the tide. With us being, infamous, us being the tail. Hey, we're going to be the head very soon. We're going to be famous. We're going to be loved. All right, so this is the book of Proverbs, 11th chapter, verse 8, and it doth read, the righteous are delivered out of trouble. Right, yeah, that righteous referring to the elect within the nation of Israel, because, hey, man, we still got wicked in our people. We still got wicked people in the nation of Israel, man. 2/3 are going to get burned up. I know ultimately the righteous in general refers to the nation of Israel, but again, it starts with the elect. All right, because, in the kingdom, all Israel will be saved, pursuant to the book of Romans, 11th chapter. And, Jake will live deliciously underneath us. Lord will rule the elect in the first place, man. All right, so it reads, the righteous are delivered out of trouble. And this will play as troublesome, man. This place is a hell, man. All right, with Esau, being in his heaven and we being in our hell. All right, hell meaning a state of affliction. You read about in the book of Jonah, the 2nd chapter. All right, not only that, but we're constantly put to death, especially Jake, man. And very soon you're gonna see Jacob's trouble. It's gonna be open season on Jake, man. All right, you already got ammunition being bought, rapidly, man. All right, so you're gonna see it, because hell also means the grave. So you're gonna see a lot of Jake put to death too, man. All right, so this place is our trouble, but the Lord will deliver us, and the wicked cometh in his stead. Now, when we look at that word stead, it basically means the place or role that someone or something should have or fill. All right, and pursuant to the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, we went off, and, next thing you know, we become the tail. All right, now the heathen become the head. First and foremost, the nation of Esau, who is the basest of men. When you look at that word basest, it means denoting or befitting a person of low social class. So we're the lowest, human nation in existence, man, on the planet Earth. But yet you're the head. So you see how things are backwards, man. You see how things are messed up in this place, man. This society, in this world, this age, this rulership. That's why we need a kingdom, man. We need a kingdom soon, or to have things ordered and balanced. Hey, as the scripture saying, book of 1 Corinthians, the 14th chapter, verse 40, let all things be in order. And even with these current events, with the Lord revealing spirits, all right, within the affiliate camps, man. All right, that's an example of us needing to get order as well, especially us affiliate camps, man. We need to get under the order of GMS. All right, so there's an order of everything, a well-structured thing. That's how you live and grow. All right, as the apostles and the elders and the men on down have been making the mention, man. So there's going to be order in the kingdom too. There's always supposed to be order in this thing. The righteous delivered out of trouble, and the wicked cometh in his stead. So Esau will very soon be the tail of this thing, man. All right, and the rest of you heathen nations as well. But I'm gonna put up the book of 1 Samuel, the 2nd chapter, and this is when Hannah was rejoiced. And she was singing a song, man. If I'm singing, there's a song, the 2nd chapter. But after what's it called? Yeah, because back in the ancient world, it was a shameful thing to be barren. All right, a lot of women scorned barren women. A lot of women that bore kids. You used to look down and talk shit against barren women. You got the first chapter has Penina. She was talking shit, man. All right, you read about that, and you get a better understanding in these other translations as well, where it breaks it down clearly that she was the one, all right, messing with Hannah. I mean, Hannah was of a bitter spirit. She prayed to the Lord for Samuel, all right, and just for her son, but she would lend him. All she wanted was a son, to remove her reproach, basically, and the Lord did that, and what's it called? Gave her Hannah. Hannah was unto Hannah. The Lord gave her Samuel. Samuel was unto the Lord, and then she was able to bear other sons and daughters, man. All right, but you see, when she was able to bear a kid, she was happy, and that's where he goes in the second chapter. And in verse 7, it makes a mention how the Lord Yahweh maketh poor and maketh rich. Yeah, the Lord does make us poor, man. All right, that was a curse that he made the mention. And my word shall accomplish that. My word shall accomplish that which I please, right? So the Lord told us we're gonna be made poor and all that stuff. Hey, that's what happened, man. That's why economically we're always struggling, man. Financially we're always struggling. All right, there's a lack of food security amongst a lot of these tutors as well, man. All right, that's why you got to go to these what's it called, these food banks. Even what's it called? Even if you're making enough to what's it called? Even if you're making decent wages to live paycheck to paycheck, a lot of Jakes still out here going for the food banks because they know that they keep wasting their money. They're not going to be able to have money for gas, because Esau is increasing all the prices and a lot of things, man. There's a lot of inflation going on. So at this point, you got people that make a decent wage, but they might as well just for the extra security, go to these food banks. But it reads on the side, the Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. You have the Huak tool girl as an example. And very soon the Lord's going to make us rich, man. He bringeth low and lifteth up, right? And the Lord's going to lift us up, right? He's going to exalt us. All right, he raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, and to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory. And what is our name in the Hebrew? Yasharallah, which literally means princes of the power, man. He prince power. Yeah, meaning Shar meaning prince. Prince is also known as a leader, right? A leadership, right? Because we're gonna be the true kings and judges on the earth, man. All right, and Allah meaning power. Princes of the power. Princes of Yahweh Ba'ashmi Shai. And a prince is the son of a king. All right, so we're the sons of God, man. The sons of God. Take it or leave it, whether you like it or not, right? As a matter of fact, it has been in the law that ye are gods, right? So it only makes sense for the offspring to also inherit the dominant trait of being a god. So, and to make them inherit the throne of glory for the pillars of the earth of the Lord's, and he has set the world upon them. But I'm gonna pull out the book of Jeremiah, the 29th chapter. All right, and it reads in the verse. I'm gonna start it off at verse 10. And it does read, for thus saith the Lord, that after 70 years be accomplished at Babylon, I will visit you. All right, now let's go back to ancient Babylon, which really wasn't even like 70 years, because the Lord don't deal with numbers. It was like 60 years, so, less basically. But you can still apply this verse to us because we're in modern day Babylon, man. Modern day Babylon, aka America. For thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, that after, in this case, several hundred years, man, be accomplished at Babylon, I will visit you and perform my good word toward you, in causing you to return to this place. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil. And all we experienced was evil, man. All right, we have a whole history of that. The list goes on, man. We could go in depth on various points, examples. What's it called? That affected all tribes, man. So for I know it's like for another thoughts I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. All right, not some horrible end. This ain't a bad ending story. This is a good ending story. Right? Then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you. And ye shall seek me and find me, and ye shall search for me with all your heart. Yeah, going back to Baruch, what's it called? In our captivities, we shall remember our power, right? So yeah, we seek the Lord now, and we found him. He was found of us, And when you shall search for me with all your heart going back to the Hebrew word la, which means mind, your spirit, and I will be found of you, saith the Lord, and I will turn away your captivity, and I will gather you from all the nations. Yeah, because what's it called? Going back to Matthew the 24th chapter, when it goes into how this gospel should be preached throughout the four corners of the earth, going to how this truth was brought out, especially through the internet. That's the whole purpose. Which Esau may say something else. All right, that was their use out of it. But ultimately, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashim Shai, ordained it, and there's prophets even prophesy about that. Example would be the book of Psalms, the 19th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. So really, it was prophesied of the internet, and it was really for our sakes, man, for the elect's sake. And Lord, we're the elect, man. That's why we're hopeful. And that's what we're hopeful for. All right, but what's it called? It's really through that this really pushed throughout the four corners of the earth, and that's why we don't. What's it called? This ain't old school. We don't gotta go on planes or boats. What's it called? Visit the Yakim. I mean, you could do that. Visit them. All right, I can do that. But this ain't nothing. What's it called? Like what the Apostle Paul did back in the ancient world when he would travel throughout the all the known world at the time. All right. And you see how the Lord just did it for more efficiency. He brought the internet. Now you just got upload a video and boom, it's uploaded to the four corners. All right, you can watch. These are your epistles now. You look into that word epistle in the etymology. Yeah, so that means you don't gotta write a letter. All right, now I'm sure I may do that, but you don't gotta write a letter. All right, having commands. And then ship it out to your messengers, and then give it to them in person. Really Now you can really do that through the YouTube videos now. Now an epistle and the etymology means a message, a letter, a command. All right, whether verbal or in writing. So videos are epistles now, man, because they're verbal, they're oral. All right, we're speaking. We're recording our voices. We're showing you precepts on the screen. Or not just a random, just a still picture, but we're still recording our voices and uploading it to you. Now it reaches you within seconds, man. You get a notification from brother's video. You click on it and it says 47 seconds ago. It's back in the ancient world. It took time to get there. So yeah, man. Really, these are our epistles through these lessons that we all do, man. All right, but I'm going to digress back. And I will turn away your captivity, and I will gather you from all nations and from all the places whither I have driven you, saith the Lord, and I will bring you again into the place whence I caused you to be carried away captive. Oh, yeah, because example for Northern Kingdom, they got exiled at the land during the Assyrian exile. And you had 3 mass deportations there from 734 BC to 714 BC, something like that, in about 19 years or so. And by way of, 3 Assyrian kings, Tiglath-Pileser, Sargon, right, Shalmaneser, right. Then what happened was that Jake rebelled. You read about that in the book of Second. This is the 13th chapter, around verse 50 or so, or something around there. But it goes into how they rebelled and they went to a new land where never mankind dwelt. That was the Americas, or as it is written, Arsareth, right. So we got carried away captive from our land, which was the land of Israel today. And even with Southern Kingdom, after 70 AD, a lot of Jake, migrate to Arabia or different provinces of the Roman Empire at the time. And then then they later migrated to West Africa, and from there on they got carried away through the Americas, through the transatlantic slave trade. So we all got carried away captive out of our own land, man. And that until the time of the Gentiles trod on over land. I don't mean to butcher it. We had that one prophecy going, how the heathen are in our land today, man. All right, the heathen are in our land. So-called Palestinians and so-called Jews of the land today, which are really the Amalekites, had traveled the nation of Esau, right? So those aren't the people of the Lord, man. The people of the Lord are not even in the country. So you got Jake, you got Israelite foreigners amongst them. But really, the majority, they ain't. Hey, but as it is written, I will bring you again into the place once I cause you to be carried away captive. So we're gonna go back to the land, man. All right. And Lord will the elect to get beamed up and then, beamed down on the chariots into our land. All right, as it is written in the book of Revelation, the 21st chapter, if I'm not mistaken, it goes into how New Jerusalem, all right, New Jerusalem referring to the people, all right, because Israel's a people before it's a place. All right, you read about that, or not read about that, but you hear about that in Thor 3, Ragnarok. All right, at the end of the movie, you have what's it called? You have a quick vision with Thor speaking to his father Odin, and Odin was all about like Asgard is a people before it's a place. This could be Asgard, that could be Asgard. Hey, so same thing with us, man. All right, really, Jerusalem referring to the people, not a physical block, golden block city, descending from the heavens, but rather the people, the elect. Now we understand it's gonna be a new Jerusalem, a new city. Everything's gonna be rebuilt. But what's it called really as applying to the people? I'm gonna pull up the book of Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter, verse 19, and it doth read, Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee. Yeah, because we're in hell right now. This is our affliction. This is our trouble. All right, this is our pain. This is our suffering. But we have to endure, right? He that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. And endure means to patiently suffer, man. All right, going back to the second, this is the 7th chapter. If they that not labor, how shall they inherit the city? Yeah, meaning how will we inherit the rulership, man? How will we inherit the kingdom, man? We have to first go through the bad, man. All right, that's how it's always been known. Go through the bad before we get the good. All right, Proverbs 11th chapter verse 1. A false way is an abomination to the Lord, but a just way is his delight. So in like manner, it's only just for us to go through the bad in order to receive the good. All right, so yeah. And it reads on, Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will savor that halteth, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. At that time, what's it called, Huak, Tuah? She received praise, man. She received fame. In like manner, we're going to receive that praise and fame. At that time will I bring you again, even in that time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth. A name. You look at the Hebrew word for name, it goes back to Sham. All right, our forefather, his name was not Shem, but really it's Sham. It was Sham, right? Sham meaning a name, praise, honor, glory, respect, right? What's it called? Actually, I'm going to the blue letter. I forget the exact definition. So, but go sharp with me. That word name, Sham, and in the biblical usage, it means reputation, fame, glory, memorial, greatness, honor, respect, praise, recognition, right? So a great name, basically. Hey, so that's a future prophecy, man. We're gonna receive a name, right? And a praise among all people of the earth. When I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashmi Yahushai. And with every great name holds fear to it. All right, you don't want to meddle with the great name. Just like how you don't want to mess with the head honcho. That's a great name right there. You don't want to mess with Yahweh Ba'ashmi Yahushai. That's a great name right there too. You're not going to mess with Israel because that would be a great name too. And it was like that back in the ancient world, and it will be so again. All right, going back to Joshua. All right, in the first few chapters, going to us crossing the land, when the spies visited Rahab made the mention how the inhabitants fear us, man. All right, they feared us, and because they heard about how the Lord parted the Red Sea, and then when we finished crossing, you had Pharaoh and his troops, across the Red Sea, and then the Lord stopped parting the Red Sea, and the waves joined again, and they consumed everybody there. That they died. And also go back to Joshua the 5th chapter, It goes into how the Amorites were in fear when the Jordan was parted as well. All right, they feared. So very soon the Lord's gonna put that same spirit that was on the Canaanites upon all heathen nations. Right? The book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, verse 10. And all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, and they shall be afraid of thee. Right? So with every great name holds fear, man. So we be terrible to look upon. Hey, the angels were terrible to look upon. Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai is terrible to look upon. Right? Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai and the angels are terrible to look upon. Hey, wouldn't we be as well in those bodies when we become full gods? Hell yeah, man. It would be considered lunacy to mess with us, man. All right, so I'm going to pull out the book of Joshua, the 21st chapter, verse 45. Now, this is going into when the land was finally parted. Right, but you could also apply to us right now. Hey, verse 45, there fell not any good thing which the Lord has spoken unto the house of Israel. Right? Hey, because all came to pass. Right? Isaiah the 55th chapter, verse 11. Now, there's other precepts too, but I was pulling it out, It reads, actually, verse 10. For as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so shall my word, or the Heavenly Father's word, be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. All right, so no prophecy of good to Israel has ever failed. It all came to pass. We're sure we don't say right now. We're still in captivity, though. But you see as this place is falling down. And once that great day of the Lord actually does come, and we be the elect, we get beamed up, you're going to see the goodness, man. All right, you're going to forget about all this. All right, it'll be like it'll be like what's it called, a dream. We'll be like them that dream as it is written. That's in the book of Psalms. If I'm mistaken, 100 and something goes into how when the Lord says with the captivity, it shall be as when we dream. All right. I'll pull out the book of Ecclesiasticus, aka the book of Sirach. And verse, or it's like a chapter 11, verse 25. In the day of prosperity, and prosperity is what the heathen have right now. But very soon we'll have that. And prosperity means a state of being, well, obviously the state of being prosperous. But what does prosperous mean? Successful in material terms, flourishing financially, bringing wealth and success. Yeah, we're gonna have riches, man. All right, and we're laying up riches right now. All right, we're neither model nor doth corrupt, man. All right. Hey, what's it called? We're going to have material with as well. We're going to have decked out chariots, just like how Esau has his hot rods, his wheel and ground-based vehicles. And we're going to have celestial vehicles that, what's it called, can fly through space. Right? And they could go at fast Mach Esau could only imagine and dream of. What's it called? Yeah, driving in. All right, Esau has what's it called? Press all these buttons, stick shift, all right, handbrake. What's it called? Press the gas, right? Flip this pedal or flip this switch. Or steer the wheel. Hey man, we don't know how the chariots are gonna be. Hey, it could be to the point where we could just think of a destination and it takes us, man. All right, that's how spiritual those vehicles are, man. True celestial vehicles, you can't partake in, you can't ever, what's it called, reap those rewards like the nation of Israel will. All right, and we're gonna have money. All right, we're gonna have all that good stuff, man. But we have to wait upon it. In a day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness of affliction. Yeah, and so we'll forget about all this crap, man. We'll be too busy having fun. Literally, we'll be too busy having fun. For us, what's it called, even think. But obviously, we'll have our memories. All this talk about how, what's it called, hey, this will be like it never existed, or we're not going to know each other. Well, what's it called, then why is the scripture so heavy on memorials? Why do we even have the Bible? How would we even, what's it called, uphold the biblical law if we don't even remember it ourselves? All right, then there shouldn't be a Bible then. But that's not the case. We're gonna have remembrance of these things, but we're gonna be too busy focusing on other stuff, man. All right, this will what's it called, blow over. In the day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness of affliction. In a day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity. All right. Yeah, so Esau, you're not going to remember prosperity, man. Hey, but I just want to do, what's it called, quick hit on that, going into, the Huak Tuah girl being an example that the Lord will, what's it called, bless us soon, man. Hey, turn over a new leaf. Make us awesome. But with that being said, I hope this lesson was edifying. Until the next one, I do say shalom.